Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by Storyblocks, which has been an invaluable asset for us for well over 10 years at this point. Storyblocks gives us unlimited access to royalty-free photos, videos, music, sound effects, vectors, motion backgrounds, and so much more for one subscription cost. On top of that, there is a Storyblocks plugin for Adobe Premiere, which allows you to search all of Storyblocks right from your Premiere, which is such a time saver. And for those of you who do use DaVinci Resolve, templates are now available in your Storyblocks library. We pretty much use something from Storyblocks in every single video that we make. In fact, while you're watching this, I'm in Germany, so here's a German girl drinking a beer while holding a pretzel. Nice. To sign up for Storyblocks or to learn more, head on over to storyblocks.com/fro. First up, Leica did it again. Yeah. What, you may ask? Well, they did it.
Well, down here.
And by it, I mean they unveiled a massive 8-ton marble sculpture of the Leica M11 monochrome. The sculpture was carved by Dutch artist Casper Bratt. No, Dan, Beaker is Swedish, not Dutch.
Oh, sure. Well, that makes sense.
Anyway, the sculpture rests on top of a black marble base. And guess what?
Oh, shit, what?
It works. Oh, wait, no, it actually doesn't. It doesn't do very much. Now, I'm not gonna lie, what Casper carved here is pretty impressive, because I can't do it.
And guess what? There it is. It's 8 tons of wonder. 8 tons. I thought it would be bigger. I thought it would be bigger. I know that's what she said, but anyway, that's it right there. There's your 8 tons of Leica art camera.
Though you can't buy this one-of-a-kind 8-ton Leica, you can buy one of the 10 much smaller versions that weighs only 375 pounds and will only set you back $58,000.
I'll take 2.
Now, it is pretty cool to see something like this brought to life, though it doesn't exactly serve much of a purpose other than being a big paperweight or signaling that you're someone who likes to show off. I wanted to say douche, but I'm not gonna say douche. Phone call! I wonder who that could be. Hello? Oh, it's the German delivery company? You want to deliver my 8-ton monolith because I bought it? I'm not supposed to tell anybody. Not while I'm recording. I don't want to be perceived as a douche. Nothing to see here. On a side note, do you know what I noticed recently about Leica shooters? That they love to post photos taken with their iPhones of their Leicas.
I Leica do da cha-cha.
But rarely quality photos that they captured with their Leicas. Has anybody else ever noticed that? Will you be ordering one of these marble Leicas? Let me know down below. Next up, Tamron has officially announced their full-frame 25 to 200mm f2.8 to 5.6 Di3 VXD G2. I still don't get how they name these things, but anyway, back in September, they announced its development right after Sigma released their 20 to 200mm 3.5 to 6.3, which I really liked, by the way, and you can check out my review of. Well, now we have the full specs and pricing of the 25 to 200, which is the successor, and by successor, I mean it's the successor to Tamron's 28 to 200, which was also a 2.8 to 5.6. The new version has 18 elements in 14 groups and a 9-blade aperture. Its minimum close focus distance is 6.3 inches on the wide side and 31.5 inches when zoomed all the way out. As of right now, the lens is only for Sony E-mount, which might upset at least one of 7 L-mount camera owners. I kid, the L-mount Alliance is very popular. Anyway, a lens like this is for someone who only wants to take one lens while they're traveling and still get their wides, mediums, tights, and details. Now, speaking of traveling,
Oh, guess what? I'm in Germany, and look what I'm testing. The new Tamron 25 to 200mm. You know I'm in Germany because look, it says Häagen-Dazs from Germany.
the biggest question will be, are you better off with the Sigma that goes 5mm wider to 20 but at 3.5, or the Tamron that's 25mm but starts at 2.8? Now, I don't know yet, and I did ask Sigma to send me out the 20 to 200 again because we had to send it back after we reviewed it to help you decide. Now, if you think the Tamron is for you, it comes in at $899, which is $100 less than Sigma's 20 to 200. Which one would you go with and why? Let me know down below. And finally, it seems like we have a long drawn out battle of the rumor sites between Sony Alpha and Canon rumors, week after week trickling stuff out about future announcements. First, Sony Alpha rumors now says it's 100% confirmed a major Sony announcement is on the way. They say they got confirmation that Sony will have a big announcement between, get this, mid-November and early December. They say that the announcement will be for the Sony a7 IV and maybe a new 100 to 400 GM, so they claim. Now, nothing like a roughly 30-day spread for something that's confirmed. Canon Rumors, on the other hand, continues to post updated specs for a forthcoming R6 Mark III and a 45 1.2 STM. This week, they claim the US pricing is set tentatively at $28.99 for the body, which is in line with what I think it would be released at. Now, they also shared an image of what looks to be a 45mm RF lens on a camera that has a tally light, but where the emblem is blocked off. Which, if real, I'll be curious to check out and know what that price will be, being that 1.2 lenses tend to be super expensive. What's crazy is it seems that both Canon and Sony are prepping to release their mid-tier, hopefully sub $3,000 bodies around the same time. Now, if these rumors are true, it's going to be a busy end of the year for us here at FroKnowsPhoto.com. Now, which one would you grab? An R6 III or an a7 V? Once again, let me know down below. And there you have it. That's your photo news fix this time around. Thank you very much for watching. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.